Hey, if you're looking for the next Palantir, the next Tesla, the next big stock, I am super bullish right now because I think I have just figured out exactly what you are going to need whenever you're looking at a stock to say, you know what, is this looking right? Or is this not looking the way that I want to see? So, if you want to see exactly the 9 steps that we are using today to pull money out of the market like it's an ATM, be sure you stick around. So, first, I am super bullish right now. I just put on 4 trades, took about 40% of my portfolio in these 4 trades, and I am ultra bullish in the market. Doesn't mean I'm ready to go all in, but it does mean that I have 4 trades that set up using the signals that I'm looking for. Now, granted, I could be wrong and I could lose them, and that's okay because I'm going to follow my plan and I'm going to teach you some of that plan today. Now, the biggest thing that we have discovered, I call the outlier 9. Now, 9 steps is what it takes. 9 steps is all it takes, right? If you can remember these, if you can remember a phone number, you can remember these 9 steps. What I want you to look at is the market with the trend, the signal, and the market breadth. Next, the sector, the fear and greed, and the breadth. And lastly, on the stock, the trend, the signal, the fear and greed, and the outlier blocks. So it's a top-down approach for you to see when the market is working in your favor. So first, the trend has officially reversed, right? If we go look at the SPY, we are undoubtedly, indubitably in a bullish trend right now. The 10 is over the 20, price is over the 50. I've been telling you for the last few weeks that I saw the trend was reversing. It totally did. And on top of that, we have an outlier block that's built in underneath the price of the market right now, which actually is going to act as some good support. So I'm super bullish at this point right here on the SPY. So looking at this, right, we just crossed one of the outlier 9. That's simple. The trend is bullish right now. Hey, let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Christopher Ewell. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I was mentored by 5 of the market wizards, the best traders of all time. I've been successfully trading since 2009, and this is where outliers like us save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. So if that sounds good, be sure you subscribe. Next, the S&P buy signal. Let's go look over here at the S&P 500 inside of outlier, and I'll show you exactly what we're looking at today. The S&P is definitely sitting on a buy signal, and it's getting more bullish as it goes. And that's what we want to see. We want to see this green overlay right here because that shows us where the trend is going. The trend is going up. The buy signal came on April 25th. So if we were to look at April 25th to today on the S&P 500, it's up from April 25th to today. It's up about 3%, about $16 on the SPY so far. So that's looking pretty sharp. A great buy signal that's come through here. So that's the next thing that we want to see in the outlier 9 is having a bullish buy signal on the market. So we got the trend is working in our favor, the signal working in our favor. Now let's go look at market breadth. So what is market breadth measuring? Well, for outlier, the way that we measure market breadth is how many stocks are on our buy list, on the bull list, versus on the sell list. So here today on Friday, we have 183 new buy signals, including AGCN, APPN, ARCB, ASGN, BCE, CDE, all kinds of them, right? Then we have 104 new sell signals like ARLP, AVB, CHH, CI. We can see the list right here. But what we see is the bull list, the buy list is growing while the bear list is shrinking. So we can actually look at what that looks like over here on a chart. Now, I find this to be incredibly interesting. I actually helped make this indicator right here. I'm very proud of it. So we can see we ran up very quickly on the number of buy signals that we had, this green line right here. Now, the 10 EMA is what this red line represents right here. And for me, this shows crossover points. And in fact, that's what we got. We had a peak on market breadth of how many buy signals we had. And if you've been following along, I said, that means we are running out of buyers. If everything has a buy signal, what's left? All those buyers to turn into sellers. And that came down. It peaked at 80.73, came down and got as low as 65.95 and is now going back up. So 69% of the stocks we cover are bullish now. So a little bullish crossover action right here on the market breadth is exactly what we want to see. So that means we have more and more buy signals, which means we have the full market trend. The full market part of the outlier 9 is showing to be green, showing to be bullish. That's outstanding. That's what we want. Now, we have several bullish sectors, right? If we look at the market breadth right here for the different sectors, we make it super easy in outlier, right? You can just at a glance see all of these sectors are bullish on their breadth, where there's communications, utilities, materials, staples, and healthcare that aren't. but financials, technology, discretionary, industrials, real estate, and energy, all of these have bullish breadth. And that's what we're looking for. We want to have the breadth in the sectors also going up with us. Now, once we drill down, we can actually look at the fear and greed for the sector, as well as the stocks trend, the stocks signal, the stocks fear and greed, and then lastly, we'll look at the outlier blocks. So these are the 4 stocks, the 4 trades that I put on Friday, and each one of them was lit up all the way with the outlier 9. If you can remember a phone number, you can remember the outlier 9. Market, trend signal, breadth, sector, fear and greed, breadth, stock, trend signal, fear and greed, outlier blocks. Listen, when I say if you can remember a phone number, how easy is it to recall the phone number you had when you were 7 years old? How easy is it for you to recall your mom's phone number or your dad's phone number, right? You could probably do that in an instant. You can probably say 867-5309 and you know exactly what I'm talking about. That phone number in that song. You can do this. I believe in you. I know you can do this. So let's go look at each one of these individually. Like Datadog first, we'll start there. So let's pop into the dashboard and we'll type in Datadog DDOG. Let that load up real quick. So what we're looking for is the fear and greed for the sector, the stock trend, signal, fear and greed, and outlier blocks. So if we zoom in, the sector, fear and greed is right here. You can see it's growing in greed. That's what we want. And then the breadth that we looked at just a moment ago, it makes it so easy because it's right here on the chart for us, right? So we can see the breadth is growing in the sector. The fear and greed is getting more greedy. That's what we want. So all of this would be green now. Now we're going to look at the stock trend, signal, fear and greed, and outlier blocks. So the stock trend, it's green, meaning your outlier trend template. Your 10 EMA is over the 20 EMA. Prices over your 50 EMA is green. So green overlay, green buy signal. It's getting less fearful, getting more greedy. That's exactly what we want. And lastly, let's go pop this open in TradingView and look at the chart for it. No order blocks in the way. And you can even see my notes on all of this, on all these 4 stocks that I put on. I'll show you my notes as well. So I got in at 107.85 and we'll see where it goes up from there. Next, so all of this is lit up. So the full outlier 9 was lit up for Datadog. Next is Etsy. So let's go to Etsy. Now you can do this too. It's going to be hard to do without outlier, obviously. But when you have outlier, it's boom, 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 boom. You can analyze the stock, see the outlier 9, see if everything is lined up in your favor within probably 90 seconds, probably 45 seconds if you really get the hang of it. But the sector is getting more greedy, less fearful. Sector breadth is peaking up. That's what we want to see. The stock is getting less fearful, more greedy. The stock has a green overlay, so it's in a bullish trend, and it has a buy signal today. And then we can go look at the Etsy chart. There are no outlier blocks in our way right here. So Etsy also lit up on the outlier 9. Let's do GM, General Motors. Now, we're going to do this on several other stocks. We're going to do this on Palantir. We're going to do this on Amazon. We're going to do this on several of the stocks that you're looking for, like maybe SoFi. So GM, the sector getting less fearful, more greedy. The stock less fearful, more greedy. Green overlay, so it's in a bullish uptrend. Buy signal came through. And then we look on the chart. And we can see, once I go to GM, make that green flag again. Again, no issues in the way. There's no order blocks ahead, no outlier blocks on top. Then lastly, Robin the Hood. Robin the Hood is our last one here that I actually did put on real money, big money on Friday. Looking at this, we've got our 10 over 20, price over 50 in a bullish green overlay with a buy signal. We can see here getting more greedy on the stock, the sector getting more greedy, sector breadth bottomed and is peaking back up. It's exactly what we want to see. So we have the outlier 9 lit up on all of these stocks. So these are stocks I'm going to trade. I don't know how long I'm going to hold them, right? I'm going to hold them until my signals come through. But as of right now, these are 4 trades that I put on Friday. So real quick, what is outlier and how does it work? Well, old Uncle Warren used to say, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Outlier shows you if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy and by how much, allowing you to get into the stock before the outlier move happens. Now, if you're ready to do this and save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, head on over to outlier.com, grab the annual pass for just 82 cents a day. That's literally 64% off the regular monthly price. And if you're on the monthly plan, you can upgrade and save 64% with one click of a button. So let's go look at a few of these charts and see if they light up the outlier 9. So first, let me pull the outlier 9. Let's copy this down. So let's see. For Apple, right? Nothing's going to change on the trend for the market. Everything for the market will stay the same. No change whatsoever. So let's go look at Apple's fear and greed and breadth for the sector, AAPL. So looking at Apple, we see that Apple actually has a sell signal, right? It's got a sell signal. It's in a red downtrend. It's getting more fearful, not less fearful, more fearful, even though the tech sector is getting less fearful, more greedy. Even though the tech sector breadth is good, you've got a sell signal, a bearish downtrend. You've got more fear coming into this. So if we look at Apple, the sector looks pretty good, but the trend of the stock is bad. Sell signal, fear and greed, all of that looks bad. So we'll mark these red for Apple right there. And then are there any outlier blocks on Apple? Let's go see. APL. And there is one right here, actually, that is bullish. So that does have one bullish order block, one bullish outlier block to help it. But that's it. That's it. So of these 9, you have 3 out of 9 that are showing you now's not the right time to be investing in Apple. Isn't that interesting? And isn't that so easy, right? Going through step by step by step. Next, let's look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is in the same sector as Apple. So we don't even have to look at the sector breadth, the sector fear and greed, because we already know the outcome of what that's going to look like. So now we can just focus on NVIDIA itself. So let's go to NVIDIA. All right, so let's zoom in. We can see NVIDIA, a very different place than Apple, has a green overlay, meaning it's trending up, has a buy signal. It's getting less fearful or greedy. The sector getting less fearful, more greedy. The breadth for the sector getting more buy signals. And then if we go look at the NVIDIA chart, there are some order blocks in our way. So a different story from Apple, but watch for order blocks. You can see even right here, 2 days in a row, it's wicked up into it and then been rejected. Order blocks or areas are of strong support and resistance on your charts. So we'll mark this one red for NVIDIA, but the rest of them green. Now, are you understanding? Are you following along as to why we need to see all of this together? For me, I don't take a trade unless all of the outlier 9 are showing me to be bullish or all of the outlier 9 are showing me to be bearish, because I don't want to take a trade unless it's perfect. Sit in cash and wait for proper setups as long as it takes. Now, for you, you may say, you know what, 8 out of 9 is good enough for me. I'll go for it. And that's okay. Figure out a trading plan that works for you and do it. So let's go look at Amazon real quick. Here. And let's go back to Amazon over here. So for Amazon, what we see is kind of, it's actually got a white overlay. So let's see today if it's crossed over. Oh yeah, so today it's crossed over. So tomorrow it'll reflect an outlier. But we have the 10 over 20, price over 50. So the trend of Amazon just changed to be up. We have a buy signal. It's getting less fearful, more greedy. The sector getting less fearful, more greedy. This is in the discretionary sector now, so we got to check it. And the breadth for this sector is growing as well. So the sector is looking good here. The stock trend just turned green. It's got a green buy signal. It's got a green fear and greed, getting more greedy, exactly what you want to see. And then lastly, were there any outlier blocks? I don't believe there were. So Amazon would actually light up all of these. Amazon would actually light up all of these to be full on the outlier 9. Look at that. We are analyzing stocks together, and it just takes a moment. Only takes a moment. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? All right, let's do some others. Palantir, SoFi, and Tesla. I know you're excited about these. So let's do Palantir first. All right, Palantir actually has a sell signal. So Palantir, even though it's trending higher, has a sell signal right now. The stock is getting less greedy, more fearful. Even though the tech sector is moving up on breadth and on the fear and greed, it's actually going down with a sell signal and more fear coming in. And were there any order blocks on top of Palantir? There is. There's another order block right here that it's fighting with. So we look at this and we say, okay, it's got an outlier block here. The signal is not looking so good, and the fear and greed is not looking so good right here. So we can see, boom, boom, exactly what you want to see. Not, not exactly what you want to see if you're buying a stock, right? You want to make sure everything is lit up. Let's do SoFi next. Let's do SoFi. Now, for you SoFi bros, I know you get really sensitive about, hey, this stock has to go to the moon, right? This stock has to go to the moon. Well, let's look. Maybe it is. Maybe the Lambos are coming, right? We got a green overlay, meaning the trend is higher. We got a buy signal. We've got it getting less fearful, more greedy. The financial sector getting more greedy, less fearful. The financial sector breadth growing up. You know what? Here, hang on. Are there any outlier blocks on top of SoFi? Oof, there are. There are. Now, don't tell me order blocks don't work. Don't tell me these outlier blocks don't work, because they absolutely are support and resistance like you've never seen before. So this is 8 out of 9. 8 out of 9. And that may be enough for you. And let's do the last one. Tesla will be the last one. Tesla here. So no outlier blocks on top of it. So we'll go ahead and mark that one green. Go ahead and mark that here. And then let's go into outlier for Tesla. So far, Amazon, was it Amazon? Was the only one, let me double check that. Amazon was the only one that actually looked like it was set up. Pretty crazy, right? Amazon's the only one besides the ones that I bought. So looking at Tesla, we see a green overlay. We see a buy signal. We see the stock getting less fearful, more greedy. The discretionary sector getting less fearful, more greedy. And the discretionary breadth growing as well. So look at that. We just analyzed. How many stocks did we analyze? We analyzed Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, SoFi, Palantir, Tesla, and then the 4 that I put on, Datadog, Etsy, GM, and Robinhood. So now you know what to expect for the week, right? There's a lot going on out there, but this is what you need to start looking at, making sure that everything for your stock is lining up, because there are going to be a lot more buying opportunities coming soon. I'm pretty sure of that. I can't guarantee anything, but it definitely looks like the market is getting more and more bullish, which makes me more and more happy. So have a fantastic day. Happy Mother's Day, and I'll see you on Monday. We'll talk soon.